Okay, it's final time. This is the one they're all after. Trophies up for grabs for the winners. Qualifiers from the heats, so the Rhinos topping the charts, followed by the Wildcats and the Warthogs. They all got through on qualification. The two teams running through from the last chance qualifier were the Pirates and the Knights. We're about to go on starters orders. "25 laps, and here we go." Rhinos make a cracking start there with the two second Rhinos running as blocks. That's meant that 391 David Brodder and 44 Daniel Anderson have both made cracking starts. Pirates running third with the Wildcat fourth. Wildcats think they're the best of starts there, and I think they were the ones what got held up the most by the blocking from the Rhinos. So there's plenty of times, though. 25 lap race, it can all change. One of the Wildcats goes up the wall, and it was Stuart Price, the Pirate, putting him there. Well, the Wildcats went for the big hit there, and he was probably one of the blockers trying to take the leaders out, but lost a lot of time. So still up front is 44 Daniel Anderson from 391 David Brodder. Third place is 168 Stuart Price, but Stuart's under pressure now and gets well and truly held up by one of the Wildcats, and that's lost him a lot of time. But the other Pirates coming through, and the Wildcats are powered in at the back a little bit there. I think they're getting a little bit caught up in the actual carnage rather than trying to score the points. But as I said, it's 22 laps to go. It's a long race, is this, and things can change. What you don't want to do is pick up damage early on and your car be undrivable for later in the race. A couple of transparent cars there, they've both been up and over, and that's why they're spawning back in and slightly transparent. Up front it's still a Rhino 1-2, 44 Daniel Anderson, 391 David Brodder. David just gets in fact it was Daniel that got well and truly planted there by one of the Wildcats. The Wildcats certainly know what's going on and trying to slow things down. None of the Wildcats and the Knight are tangled there, so they've lost a lot of time. Things have changed slightly now. It's David Brodder for the Rhinos, but it's Pirates second and third. That's Owen Anderson and Stuart Price. Pirates running very well here. Knight in fourth with Ant Dewhurst before the first of the Wildcats, and that's Joe Nichols. Race is starting to settle down a little bit now, 18 to go, and the hits are still quite hard, but I think they're all starting to realise now that you've got to get points as well, because points make prizes in this race. There was a little bit of that could have been a bucket of water job there between one of the Rhinos and the Pirates. It looked like they were trying to mate a little bit, but we'll move on from that quite quickly as it's a family show. All changed up front, and it's Ant Dewhurst who suddenly appeared from nowhere and gone to the front, so it's the Knights in front now, number 80 and 391 for Rhinos. Still Rhinos second and third, so they're still sitting fairly pretty. Mark Foster's coming through now for fourth for the Warthogs. The Pirates have lost a lot of time, they've really disappeared down the order, and it's like I said earlier in the comms that when a team suddenly gets to the lead, the other teams start looking for them and targeting them, and I think that's what's happened with the Pirates there, and they've lost a lot of time. Wildcats are in a bit of a tough time of it though, and I think they've only got one car running in the top 10 at the moment, but we're not even halfway yet, so it can all change. Up and over goes one of the Warthogs. And I think that was Budge. We've not seen a lot of Budge tonight, but no doubt he's been in quite a few of the crashes. Up front it's still Rhinos. In fact it's Rhinos 1-2 again, David Brodder and Daniel Anderson. Looking good. Still a lot of laps to go, 13 to go in fact, so we've still got a heat distance to go yet, so expect plenty of changes, but them two Rhinos are sitting pretty with a decent lead. In fact one of the Knights has managed to get back through to second, and there's a little bit of battling going on. In fact second place Ant Dewhurst gets a bit of a G up there from one of the, I think it was one of the Rhinos that did him, but he's lost a bit of time, but he's still top three, so he's not lost a lot. Up a little bit of a side swipe and a tank slapper for one of the Knights there. He's lost time. There's certainly plenty of carnage going now as they're trying to sort each other out. Oh, there goes another big pile up, and it's a Pirate what's come off worst, whereas the Rhinos are still looking pretty strong. But one of the other Knights has come through now, and that's Kenny Pruden. Oh, that was a great shot there by one of the Wildcats, but he's taking himself out, and while all this is going on, Joe Nichols has suddenly snuck through, and he's up to third place and in with a sniff, but I think he's still the only Wildcat up there. In fact, Joe's been spun round now, so that didn't last too long, but the Knights are still looking pretty good here with the second and third, Rhinos with the first and fifth, Wildcats in sixth. It's looking tight. It's all gone a bit wrong for the Pirates though, but still a few laps to go and it might all change, but I think their cards got marked pretty early on and it's certainly cost them. as the race is sort of unfolding now. We'll just have to see how it goes as they get towards the line. It's got a little bit more spread out than it was earlier, but there's a lot of crashing going on. It seems to be a lot of pirates at the moment. They're definitely in the mix. It's getting a bit rough up front now, but David Rodder 391 has got a huge lead now. He seems to have really found the gap. He's always been pretty good at picking his way through things, and look at that. He's just, I don't know how he does it. He's just got a knack of managing to find the gaps, and it's an incredible drive. Is this? He's nearly a lap up on everybody. In fact, over a lap up on some. One of the Wildcats went for him there, and he missed as well. But he's still got a chance of getting a tag on him. But, it's suddenly gone a little bit chaotic here now, as the race is ticking down now. There's only 5 to go. It's going to be a close call, I think, but 15 points for the win in this one does make a huge difference to the overall points totals. That 15 points could just be enough, especially if they've got any more rhinos running up there, which they currently have. 4th place, Daniel Anderson's helping, but the Knights are looking pretty strong as well. They'll get a decent points total if they can hold on to 2nd and 3rd. Depends if they get any support from any other drivers. It turned into a bit of a free-for-all now, but we're on the final lap. Oh, getting on for it. Oh, great dodge there from DB. He's just managed to swerve another one, and he's well away now. And it's time, as he goes under the starter, it will be his final lap. Knight's still 2nd and 3rd though. He's David Boy's now under a lot of pressure, and one of the Wildcats has slowed him, but he's got such a lead now. I don't think he's going to get caught. Oh, it's suddenly coming down. He's lost a little bit of time there, and the Knights are getting closer. But I think he's still going to just about have enough to win it as he comes down the home straight for the last time. Oh, and he just manages to dodge a warthog, and he's got it over the line. But, and this is where it does get a little bit interesting, I think Knights have come 2nd and 3rd. This could be a close one, so that'll be a decent point haul for them. The other Rhinos now slipped to 5th. Warthogs and Pirates are way down the pecking order there, so I think you can probably discount Pirates and Wildcats. I think it's probably going to be between the Knights and the Rhinos. I think everybody's over the line now, so we can end the race. Yeah, the top 10. First was 391, David Rodder for the Rhinos. Second for the Knights is 912, Kenny Pruden. Third for the Knights is 80, Ant Dewhurst. Fourth for the Wildcats is 242, that's Joe Nichols. In 5th for the Rhinos is 44, that's Daniel Anderson. In 6th for the Warthogs is 128, that's Craig Bamwell. In 7th for the Warthogs is 147, that's Mark Foster. 8th for the Pirates is 294, Owen Anderson. 9th for the Pirates is 168, that's Stuart Price. And final point scorer in 10th place is 217 for the Wildcats, Lee Fairhurst. 11th was 155 Ben Homewood, and 12th was 47 Eddie Collins, but they don't score any points.